Yeah, it's a lot right now. I mean, you had all the school stuff that happened to Penham yesterday on top of it. Everybody, and good afternoon. Welcome to our week number 10 Twitch live stream for my research methods class. I see some of you getting logged in. Thank you so much for joining me. Looks like everything is coming through clear on my end. Hopefully you can hear me and see me okay on yours. If someone is able to let me know in the chat, like give me a thumbs up or a yes if you can see everything and hear everything fine, that would be amazing. I'll wait just a moment just to make sure as everyone's getting logged in. And again, hopefully, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for letting me know. Happy Wednesday, right? It is Wednesday the 13th. We are in week number 10. Hard to believe. But let's go ahead and go over to Canvas together. And as I mentioned, we're way down here, right? We're here at week number 10. And so we'll take a quick look at what we have going on this week, along with a little bit of feedback from last week. Like usual, I'll give you the Twitch extra credit question and then see if you have any questions at all for me. And again, thank you so much for those of you who are on here with me. I really appreciate it. Last week we had discussion number 9 that you had due. Most of you did a really wonderful job on this. I enjoyed all of the fun topics that so many of you picked. A lot of you picked really creative things around exercise and sleep and different types of painkillers and things like that. There was a lot of really interesting studies. Most of you got full points. Those of you who missed points didn't quite give me enough. There were some of you that didn't define the different conditions of the independent variable, or didn't tell me how you would measure the dependent variable, or I just wanted, a little bit more from you. But for the most part, a lot of you did a beautiful job kind of writing this through. Save this because it could be something that you use later in the semester for a project that we have due during finals week. So you could save your responses or go back and save them now before it gets too far away. It might be something that's helpful for you a little bit later in the semester. So that was last week. This week, week number 10, we move on to chapter 11. We're going to do a little bit more about experiments. We have homework assignment number 3 that we have going on. So let's take a look at what we have going on this week. Hold on, give me 1 second here. All right. Oh, I almost have a cat. Okay. Come here. Oh, I tried to get him. Maybe he'll come back. Anyway, so this week we have chapter 11, so more on experiments. We're looking specifically at confounding and obscuring variables this week. So what are some of the threats to internal validity? What are 3 major threats to internal validity in experiments? How do we view zero effects? That's another topic for this week. So we're kind of building on what we had. Regression to the mean. I had a chance to bring in football. I was so excited. We have something sometimes we call touchdown regression, right? Where somebody who hasn't been scoring touchdowns is likely to regress to the mean and score them. So a little bit kind of connecting to that. An amazingly helpful table looking at some of the different threats and kind of summing them up together. And then of course on the last page you have your key terms that you'll need for the next exam, which is coming up next week or 2 weeks from now. So all of those things, make sure you read through them, click on them, watch any videos and any links that I have in there. You'll also, of course, want to watch. You're going to want to watch my lecture video here where I'm lecturing to PowerPoint slides as a way to get some of that information. You also have discussion number 10 for this week. As usual, you have my introduction up at the top and my video kind of giving you some more details. Don't forget to think about these as mini papers and really elaborate in your responses, kind of show off that knowledge and comprehension of the materials. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate to get those 2 kind of easier points. So after you've watched my video, you're going to read the little experiment below and answer the questions related to the content in chapter 11 on threats to internal validity, and continuing to build on stuff from chapter 10 that we covered last week on simple experiments. So this one is about Professor Beach, who's doing a little experiment. You're going to identify the independent variable and its levels, the dependent variable and how it's being measured. What type of design did Professor Beach use, between subjects or within subjects? Which of the following best describes it? Post-test, pre-test, post-test, repeated measures, concurrent measures, and explain. And then identify and explain one possible threat to internal validity and how it could be addressed or avoided, and discuss the external validity of the experiment. Can Professor Beach's results be generalized? Why or why not? So you're kind of pulling everything from 10 and 11 together here. Show me that you understand it and that you can apply it. I think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to do that. And hopefully it's good practice for not only the homework assignment that we have this week, but just kind of some of the stuff that we are doing in general. So after you've read the chapter, watched the lecture video, done the discussion, we also have homework assignment number 3. And remember that there are 4 of these, so we're on the 3rd one. And here's the article underneath that you will need for this assignment. So you can click on this and it'll open up that article for you. Looking at physical order produces healthy choices, generosity, and conventionality, whereas disorder produces creativity. And so it's this article of 2 different experiments that I want you to read. And once you've finished reading that, then you can complete homework assignment number 3, which is linked right here. And remember that the homework assignments are worth 25 points like usual. You are uploading your document right here by clicking on Start Assignment. And this is due by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., right? St. Patrick's Day at 11:59 p.m. So this should be like 2 to 3 pages. Make sure it's standard margins and font, everything APA style. Make sure you really label and number your responses, especially with this one. There are a lot of questions that you're answering, kind of briefer answers, but a lot of them. So make sure that they are numbered. You make it really easy for me to find your answers. You're going to read the article and then you're going to answer these questions about each of them. Okay, so what you're going to do is answer these questions about experiment 1 and then answer the exact same questions about experiment 2. And there's definitely a little bit of overlap, but they are a little bit different as well. So make sure that you are reading through them and really answering the questions specific to that design. So the things that you'll look at, you'll identify the independent variable and its levels or conditions, the dependent variable and how it's being measured. Again, you see the overlap with the discussion this week and last week, still building on everything. Does this study utilize a between or within subjects design? I want you to think about construct validity and respond to the following. They're going to think about internal validity and the following, and then external validity and the following. So you're looking at construct, internal, and external validity, identifying the different components, again, bringing together everything that you've learned so far. And then you'll do the exact same thing for experiment number 2. Identify the independent variable and its conditions or levels, dependent and how it's being measured. What type of study is it? And then the same questions about construct, internal, and external validity. So this is going to be a really wonderful chance for you to bring all that information together. Again, really show off to me that you get it, that you can apply it. And this will also really help you with your discussion this week as they kind of have a similar theme of doing these things. So those are the big things for this week. Again, you have your lecture video, and the discussion, and then homework assignment number 3 with the article underneath it. Of course, you'll have the extra credit question, which I'll give you in a few moments, and the recording of this will be posted a little later. For those of you who are joining me not live now, you have reference to it, and if you're watching it later, you already found it. And as always, you have your little wrap-up checklist at the end. So I do have a couple of kind of reminders and things for you. This would be a good opportunity if you have any questions for me to put them in the chat. So reminder number 1, while I'm waiting for you, if you can, please continue to double check your subscription status every week. A lot of you have fallen off, and obviously some of you have never done this. If you have the chance to figure it out, I would really appreciate it. The instructions for how to do all of that is on Canvas, if that's helpful for you. Our other reminder, our next Twitch live stream will be on Wednesday, March 20th at 12:30 p.m. So we will have a live stream next week for our week number 11. And then I will be gone the following week. So the following Wednesday, I will be on a cruise ship eating myself silly, most likely. I have a generous goal of gaining 1 pound a day. It's a week-long cruise. So I'm planning on doing some serious eating. So on that following Wednesday, I won't be here. So we won't have a live stream, but I will likely post a video or at least some reminders for you. Thank you. I'm very excited. We've been counting down forever, and it's finally like under 10 days. So we are all looking forward to it. I know this is the time of the semester where everybody's kind of getting burnt out and tired. Our spring break is coming. It's coming very soon, so hang in there. But I will definitely be here next week for our live stream, and then the following week we'll just post a video or something to give you those reminders. So let me give you the extra credit question, and then we can call it a day unless you have any questions for me. And I did write this out, so I am going to just copy and paste it into the chat for you. So this is the week number 10 Twitch extra credit question. Right, so no Twitch March 27th, and then April 3rd is spring break. So there are no required materials. We don't meet at all during spring break. You just get to relax. So yes, we'll meet today, we'll meet next week, and then we'll have 2 weeks off. One because I'm gone, and then one because it's spring break. Yes, thank you for checking, Monica. Okay. So here's the extra credit question. What are the three main threats to internal validity that we reviewed and previously discussed? What are the three main threats to internal validity that were reviewed and previously discussed? And you can define them or describe them. But when you're ready to answer that, you'll head over to Canvas and go to optional Twitch extra credit number 10, since we're in week 10. Up at the top, click on Start Assignment, and then you can type your response right here in the box and hit Submit. Get your confetti burst and thumbs up. Very exciting. It should have been little cruise ships. That would have been way more fun, right? But hopefully you will continue to take advantage of these. These points are going to add up and be really helpful for you and for your grade, taking that pressure off or helping to make up for some missed points. A lot of you have been taking advantage of them, which is fantastic. So kind of a normal week, other than we do have that third homework assignment this week. So make sure you spend some time on that. It is worth more than a discussion. Don't forget to do the discussion for this week. Everything should link together and hopefully help you to understand the topics for the week. So I really appreciate all of you joining me who were here. And if you're watching this later, thank you so much for that as well. I hope you all survive the wind that is apparently coming our way this evening. Apparently we're going to get some wind tonight and tomorrow. So make sure you save everything, right? Hopefully we don't lose internet or power or any of that stuff. But make sure you're saving any of the stuff that you're working on. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Hang in there. Spring break is coming. And I will hang out for a little while here if you do have any questions for me. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to go and get working on the stuff for this week. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the week. And I'm going to minimize this so I'm not staring at myself, but I will still hang out for a little while if you have any questions for me. Thank you as well. Have a wonderful day.